him. Honorable Dean, respected faculty member, dear participants, Assalamu alaikum, and very good morning. The topic of my today's talk is access to public transport by rural inhabitants. Transportation is considered as an important aspect of socio-cultural progress, economic development, and a responsive and efficient public transport system has positive impacts on environment as well. The interconnectivity and mobility provides opportunities to the business, educational institutions, and to the healthcare facilities. And lack of access to the public transportation deprives people from accessing these all mentioned opportunities like education, business, and healthcare. The transportation in Pakistan contributes 22% of the services GDP, and it's a growing sector, and it provides 6% of the total employment in the national employment circle. But Pakistani society has an urban and rural divide. Are the facilities in urban areas and rural areas are equal? Are the public transportation is accessible both in urban areas and rural areas on equal basis is a big question marks. The rural areas do not have elaborated mass transit system. And the special initiatives the government has taken for the urban areas, we don't find that the rural areas receive the same attention of the government. The rural areas are characterized with small roads. The public transport which is available to them is either in the form of vehicles, road transport, or railway. And the rural population is at the mercy of the private owned public transport system. And if we look at the connectivity and accessibility of the roads, 1 out of every 3 villages do not access to the 2-kilometer road in nearby areas. And another 3 out of 10 villages have no access to any sort of roads or motorized transportation system. And some studies suggest the areas which have access to the public transport, they tend to have more girls enrollment. The areas which have more access to the public transport system, the neonatal birth is attended by a skilled lady health worker. And the neonatal deaths are less as compared to those areas where there is no access to the public transport system. So people living in a rural area sometimes feel deprived. The popular mode, the road transport, and the railways. The government is not investing as much as it is required. The railway lines are the mails which used to connect cities to the rural areas have been abandoned in some of the cases. And in the road transport system, the national transport policy suggests that the government shall take certain actions to improve the connectivity, and regulations and governance structure will be improved to provide quality services to the rural people. But unfortunately, the motor vehicle examination system in Pakistan for the rural areas, it's not working for the urban area. So rural areas are affected much as compared to the urban areas. The old buses, there is no route system. The people from cities have to travel like 3 modes of transportation. One, sometimes people use railway to reach at a certain destination. then they opt for the vehicle, public transport, and then they have to take a chingchi to reach at their destinations. And in this process, the most affected people are the disadvantaged group, that is the women, children, and the disabled persons. So in conclusion, the accessibility to the public transport in the village areas have certain challenges. The challenge is that the road network is not good. In Pakistan, there is 463,000 kilometers of road for a population of 250 millions, which means that it is 1.9 meter per person, which is as low, and Pakistan ranked as 195th position at the logistic index. So the road network needs improvement, and the roads in the city areas are very well constructed, whereas in the rural areas, the construction of road is much of a below to the standard quality. Then the vehicles, they are not being regulated by the regional transport authorities, their make and model, and even the overloading problem is not checked. And the most affected persons of the society becomes more disadvantages in this regard. The women harassment is also reported that in these vehicles, the overloaded vehicles, women tend not to travel because of the culture of shame, safety, and security. So road connectivity needs improvement. The government need to invest in public transport system, if not directly, but they have to regulate the private sector to provide quality services to the people of rural areas. Thank you very much.